Hello, 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 hello. This is Saeed, Futures and Options. Uh, can you, oh, okay, can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me and you can see my face, please write in the chat box, then I will continue. Okay, thank you for your feedback. Um, I have a good news for you. I will share it later when it's the time. But before starting today's topic, first of all, do you have any question so far? Oh, maybe you want to ask me about your midterm test and the assignment. By end of June, I will finish marking all the assignments and I will release all marks together. And what else? If you have any other question, let me know because uh, I want to ask you to do something. Okay, guys, any question? Hi, Hoiro. Hi, Esther. Hi, Darshini. Hi, Lin Lim. Hi, Jen. Raman. Danentron. Raman. Yeah. Okay. Any question? No? Okay. What how we want to do today is okay. First, let me tell you the topic. Today's topic is more about arbitrage, but arbitrage for options. Last week I showed you different strategies when you can use them for speculation when it's about options, and today I will show you how to implement arbitrage strategy you when you want to when you find any mispricing in options, in put or call options. So for now, 20 plus are watching. This means some of you have not attended the class yet, but it's okay. So in the meantime, I want to, before starting today's class, I want you to go to TES and fill out the form. We have been together for one semester, and it's the time that you need to evaluate this class, assess this class. So please log in. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, thank you, Jen. Do you know what's my background? Can you guess what my background picture is? So let me see. Okay, I want to share my screen. Where is display? Yep. So this is my screen, and based on the information here, still more than half of you have not filled out the form, 49%. We need to have 70% participation. So please log in into TES. You know what is TES, right? You are year 2 and year 3. I think year 3. All of you are year 3. So what I want you is to log in into TES, and yeah, it's a movie. Can you guess what's the name of this TV series? It's a TV series. It's a TV series. So what I want you to do is to log in into TES and fill out the form. So based on what I see, still it's the same, 49%. Yes, Darshini, yes. Have you watched it, Darshini? No, Mohan is not Money High, but actually some of the actress, some of even I think the director. I'm not sure. Let me see. Some of those who were playing a role in Money Heist are in Locked Up as well, but it's not Money Heist. Yeah, the name is locked up, and it's a Spanish TV series. Spanish TV series. Just glanced through and was in it. Ah, yeah. Okay, Darshini. It's good if you actually. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I'm watching it now. I'm watching it now. So after Money Heights, if you like Money Heights, I think you will like this as well. Let's see what happened here. Oh my God, guys, you need to log in into TES. Ah, yeah, thank you very much. One of you did it just now. Please log in into TES. Log in into TES and fill out the form. We need to do it now. You're welcome. Later watch it. I think four seasons are already out. I finished season 1 last night, but it's in Spanish, so you need to watch with English subtitle, or you may learn Spanish. So guys, please fill out the TES form. Log in into TES and fill out the form. Very good. One more person. Okay, let me tell you some details, share some details with you. So for example, now I know who has not filled out the form. Oh my God. So from banking and finance and yeah, from banking and finance. Oh, here. 3 here, 1. Mass communication. We have 2 students from mass communication. Oh, are you here now? From mass communication, are you here? Are you watching this video now? Guys, for those who just joined this lecture, I'm waiting for you to fill out the TS form because we need to reach to 70%. It may take just a few minutes of your time, but it's very important. We need to reach to 70%. One more thing, I'm not sure. Oh, thank you very much. One more person filled out the form. I'm not sure I shared it with you or not, but for my research, later I will ask you to I will invite you to fill out a questionnaire. It's about online learning. I'm very interested to see the impact of our online learning and factors that influence your online learning experience. So it's an international study. So researchers from Australia, University of Melbourne, no, Monash in Australia, not in Malaysia. Also from the UK, Iran, Turkey, the US, they are contributing to the project. You know, everywhere in the whole world, actually, I think most of the countries, they are conducting online classes. So we want to know what are the factors that impact students' learning experience, can improve students' learning experience. So I initiated this research. I invited collaborator researchers from different countries to do a very deep analysis and improve hopefully our maybe not only us, other universities in other countries may benefit from this research. So later I will share the link with you, not today, not during this class, after the class, and fill out the question. It may take 20 minutes of your time, but those who complete the form, they have a chance to win an AirPod. Yeah, my colleague in Australia, she will finance it. So I'm not sure how many, but yeah, you have a chance in Malaysia. People who fill out the form, fill out the questionnaire, they have a chance to win an AirPod. And if the participation rate is good from my class for futures and options and the other class introduction to finance, I have a gift for you as well that everyone will receive it. Okay guys, let's see if it has increased. Yeah, guys, please fill out the TS form. Okay, I won't wait more, but I ask you, please fill out the TES form. It's very important and you need to do it. So I won't wait more, but I will start teaching, I mean today's lecture, but please logging into TES. There are just a few questions, easy questions. Just rate this class. Okay. Yep. Let me see how it goes. Okay, for introduction to finance, futures and options. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. So it has been good. The scores are good. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And let's start today. I will just refresh one more time. Guys, please log in into TES and complete the form. If you don't, then I have to call you one by one later. So please do it. So let's start today's lecture. Okay. So yep, as I said, today's topic is on first I will show you a formula. It's called PutCall Parity equation, which is used for arbitrage strategy, and after that yes, okay. After that, then after this class, I will share some videos on option pricing, the two popular models for option pricing for you with you. So the focus for the live lecture is more on the arbitrage strategy for options. So like the topics that you already have seen on arbitrage, I want to share with you how to identify mispricing and how to implement arbitrage strategy. So to do so, to identify any mispricing, here there is an equation. It's called PutCall Parity. We use it to identify the mispricing. So it's a bit different from futures. The strategy is the same. We just need to identify mispricing, but the formula is different. But before going into details of put-call parity and arbitrage strategy, I think we discussed this already, but just a recap. So option price has two components. It's called time value and intrinsic value. Let me go back here to see you. Okay, so time value and intrinsic value. Time value is the difference between spot price and strike price or exercise price. You remember I asked you to be prepared for a quiz. It's not part of your assessment, just to make sure, because I was actually last week I was very worried when I noticed that many of you still don't know what is long call, long put and how to use them. So I asked you to be prepared for a quiz this week, like the quiz that I conducted last week. This week I want to prepare a quiz as well, hopefully. So I will ask you to answer some questions to make sure that you are studying, because I don't want to see you next semester again. So option pricing has two components: time value and intrinsic value and time value. Intrinsic value means the difference between spot price and exercise price. Another name for exercise price is strike price. So if it's a call, we expect the spot price in the market to be higher than the exercise price. In this case, if spot price is greater than exercise price or strike price, in this case we say it's in the money. Call option is in the money. So there is intrinsic value. And for put, we expect the price goes down, right? The price goes down when the market's bearish. Then we use put. We let's say long put. So for put, if the spot price means underlying asset price is lower than the exercise price or strike price, in this case you have profit and it's in the money, right? I'm not profit. It's in the money. In the money. So if it's this case, then there is intrinsic value for put. Now, what happens if it's opposite? Means for call, spot price, or the underlying asset price is less than the exercise price. This means intrinsic value is negative. So you consider it as zero. So when it's negative, intrinsic value is negative, you consider it as zero. And of course, for put, when spot price or the underlying asset price is greater than exercise price or strike price, again, intrinsic value is negative, so we consider as zero. So this is intrinsic value. The second component of premium or price of the option, so another name for price is premium, right? Is time value, means it reflects how long we have till maturity. So longer time till maturity, more expensive option, right? Because this means more chance to capture a profit, more chance to capture a distance between the spot and strike price. So if, for example, today is the last day of the option, because options have a maturity, they have a life. So it's the last day. There is no time value because there is no more time. There is no more future in the time. So when it's the last day of the contract, of the options, the time value is zero, and the price equals intrinsic value, means the price reflects the difference between spot price and strike price, right? And the reason is very clear, because if there is any difference, if it's not the same, then there is a mispricing and arbitrage opportunity. So yep. So this was a summary of option premium components. Now, what factors impact options price or options premium? Of course, number one is spot price movements. Why? Because I just told you there are two components, intrinsic and time value. And intrinsic value is the difference between spot price and exercise price. This means that spot price and exercise price can impact the option premium, right? So it's very clear. So for call, we expect spot price to be higher than exercise price, and for put, we expect the exercise price to higher than spot price. Now, I think the first two are very clear. The third one, change in time to expiry. So more time till maturity means higher price. And this one also, I just explained. This is clear because, okay, assume there are two options. Option number one is the last day of the option. Option number two, the same underlying asset, the same characteristics. Option number two, there are 3 months till maturity. Now, which option is more expensive? So suppose the other characteristics of the two options are the same, but one of them is the last day of the the last day of the contract. Option number two, 3 months till maturity. Which one you expect to be more expensive? The one with 3 months till maturity. The reason is because you have higher chance to exercise the contract and have some profit, right? So when is the last day? So what can I do? I can just exercise it today, right? So more time till maturity, more time till expiration date, so it's more expensive option. Number 4, interest rate changes. Why interest rate may impact the price of options? Okay, I give you one example. Let me go back here. So the example here is, suppose that there is stock that is traded at 100 ringgit per share, right? So if you want to buy 100 shares, in this case, you have to pay 10,000 ringgit. Suppose you want to buy 100 shares, the price of each share is 100 dollar or ringgit. This means that you have to spend, you have to pay 10,000 ringgit, right? Now, if you use call, suppose that you are bullish, you believe the price will go up, you have two options. Option number 1, buy stock directly. So you have to pay 10,000 ringgit and buy the stock, long spot, right? Long stock. Or you can buy call, you can long call. So in this case, you won't pay 10,000 ringgit, right? Because you just pay the premium and take a position on options. So, and the premium is just a fraction of the price. So you may pay 10 ringgit per share. And suppose that you buy an option and there are 100 stocks, size of the option, let's say, right? So if you pay 10 ringgit per share, and this means that you pay 1,000 ringgit to buy an option written on 100 shares, right? So when you buy call or you long call, instead of paying 10,000 ringgit, you are paying just 1,000 ringgit. This means you can save 9,000 ringgit. So now you can put this 9,000 ringgit in a bank account and earn interest, right? So this means that, let's go back here. So this means that when interest rate goes up, the call option is more valuable because you can earn more interest when you put your money in a bank account, right? So interest rate increases, this means the call premium increase as well. And of course, the put premium decreases, right? So it's the opposite. You can think about it and interpret it, explain it. And then the fluctuations, volatility, why? Suppose there are two options. Let me go back here. Suppose there are two options. Option 1, the price changes of the underlying asset is very stable. It doesn't change much. So it's like a straight line, right? It doesn't change much. It's like this. Option number 1, the underlying asset price is like this. Option number 2, it's fluctuating a lot. It goes up and down. Oh my God. Can you hear this? So option number 2 is going up and down. Which one is more valuable for options? Option number 2. Why? Because for an option written on the stock number 1, when you can make profit, when there is a difference between exercise price and stock price or underlying asset price or spot price. So if the price of the if this is the exercise price, and this hand, or maybe I can use something. So if my hand is exercise price, right, and this is the stock price, then if it doesn't change, the stock price doesn't change, there is no difference between the exercise price and the stock price, so you cannot exercise it. So if you buy this option, you cannot exercise and you will lose the premium. But if, again, my hand here is And the exercise price shows the exercise price. Let's say 50 ringgit, or always is 50. Exercise price doesn't change, right? But this, the blue pen, is stock price or underlying asset price, but it goes up and down, right? So if it's here, you can exercise because there is a gap between the blue pen and my hand. This means you have some profit. So if it doesn't change, the underlying asset price doesn't change much, less chance to exercise the option. But if it's changing a lot of fluctuation, volatility, this means higher chance to make it money, to make profit. So in this case, it should be more expensive. There's more demand, let's say, for this. It's more valuable, right? The option is more valuable. So next one, dividend. When a company pays out dividend, the stock price will drop. And this, when stock price drop, this means it's a good news for those who bought put, those who bought put, and it's a bad news for those who long call. Yep. So there are some examples of the factors impact options price, and this is the example I just provided on the impact of interest rate on option price. The idea behind it is that you use less money, right? You use less money when you buy options, so it's more valuable when interest rate goes up. Okay, now we want to start working on put call parity, but in the meantime, let me check whether you have done the TES. Oh, thank you very much. So we just need maybe a few to reach to 70%. Guys, please, I know, yeah, I understand sometimes we find it sometimes we find it difficult to do it, but we have to do it. We have to complete this form. So I have 51 students, and 70% of them means around 35 students, 35, 36 needs to fill out the form. We have been together for one semester during this crisis, tough time of online learning. It was really not easy at all this semester for me and my colleagues. A lot of preparation. Actually, it was very easy to teach, guys. It was very easy to teach these two subjects that I'm teaching this semester. I used to just go to class. So almost no preparation. Just maybe 15 minutes before going to class, I used to just have a look at my notes and just go in directly to class and start teaching. And it's the same for many of my colleagues. But this semester, everything changed. The world changed. It was a lot of preparation. I really need a break. I really need a break. A lot of preparation for not only preparing the material, learning these. For example, all lecturers are using different platforms. The one that I'm using, I spent more than a week, like a full-time job, to learn the tricks and set up my studio. And it's the same for our lecturers. But anyway, so I'm sure it was difficult for you as well. I know many of you like to go to the campus. You miss the time that you were with your friends. You miss the campus, and you miss the time that you were alone. Now, yeah, now you have to spend more time with your family, and I know many of us don't like to be with our family for 24 hours, with our brothers, sisters. Anyway, so let's go back. Let's start the second part. So again, a reminder to those who have not done it yet, guys, we have to do it. This is the requirement by the university. They are pushing me to ask you, encouraging me, let's say, to ask you to fill out the form. And yep, of course, I prefer to just teach, but now I have to ask everyone to fill out the form. So please log in into TES and complete the form. It is really necessary to reach to 70%. 70% participation. Otherwise, it may show that students are not attending the class and the attendance you are taking is not valid. Okay guys, let's continue. So I appreciate those who already completed it, and please others complete the TS form. Let's go back to the slides. Let me see. Um, okay, but I want to see whether you have anything here. Okay, there's no comment here. Still everything okay, everything fine. Okay guys, so now put call parity, it's used for arbitrage opportunities. The idea behind this put call parity is uh, there is a relationship between put, call, and spot price, means underlying asset price. And if this equation uh, uh, deviates from what if doesn't work, then this means that there is mispricing. So we expect the call price, put price, and underlying asset price, they have a relationship that we show it with an equation. So if the equation doesn't work, this means that there is mispricing, right? So what is the equation? This is the formula for the equation. C means call, P means put, S means spot price or underlying asset price, and this is present value of the exercise price. So what is this plus minus? C is positive here in the formula, right? Positive means, let's say, cash inflow. So cash inflow happens when you sell something, right? So when you sell call, and minus means cash outflow, right? Means the money goes out. So when you sell call and when you buy put, so this means short call, long put. So what is short call and long put? If you short call at the same time you long put, what is the outcome? The outcome is a long stock. We discussed this last week, right? This means long stock. That's all. So this is the equation. Anytime that you not identify that the equation is not established, then there is mispricing opportunity and you can implement arbitrage strategy. And this is okay. Here you see, and you can write the equation based on P. You can write the equation based on S, based on C. For example, here I wrote it based on P. Means I took P to the other side and it's positive now, and brought these two to the other side. So S became negative and plus PVE. So I can write the equation, let's say, based on S, right? So S equals here. S equals C minus P plus present value of exercise price, right? Oh my God. So you can write it based on call price, put price, or spot price. It's the same thing. So now, here you can see. So I just said that it's short call, long put, right? So, okay. So short call, or short call, here you can see short call, and this is long put, right? This one shows long put. We discussed this last week. So long put, short call. If you add these two, so ignore the red one, right? So if long put and short call both together, these two together, they mean short assets. So this one, this red short asset, the red one, this one, this is so this red one is short call plus long put, which is short asset. It's same as short asset. Then these short asset will cancel out this long asset, and all cancel out each other and you won't be affected. And this is arbitrage, right? You remember, arbitrage means riskless profit, means you won't be affected by price changes. It doesn't matter if the price goes up or goes down, you have locked in your profit, right? So here, if you short call and long put, right? This is short call, long put, short call, long put. This is exactly short assets. It's like short assets. Now, if you long assets, this means you won't be affected. So I can remove this. So in other words, the outcome of these three means long asset, long put, and short call is a flat line. It's a flat. This means you won't be affected, right? And this is called put call parity. Now, if the equation is not established or there is mispricing, then you can implement arbitrage and lock in your profit. I will show you how. Okay, before I give you an example, there are two main strategies for this case, which are called conversion and reverse conversion. So for conversion, when your call is overpriced, we name it conversion. Actually, let me first tell you how we do it. Okay, this one I added it today. So this is what you need to do. You first this is the put call parity equation, right? So you write this equation in the way to compute call price, and then you compute the call price using this equation, then you compute put price using this equation, then you compute stock price or spot price using this equation, then you compare them with the market price. If there is any mispricing, then you implement arbitrage strategy. When I show you the example, you will find it very easy. But what I want to tell you is there are just two main forms. When there is mispricing, the call option can be overpriced or underpriced. So when there is mispricing, the call option can be overpriced or underpriced. If call option is overpriced, of course you sell it, you short it. And if the call option is underpriced, of course you buy it. So this is the idea behind this conversion and reverse conversion. So for yeah, oh sorry. Yeah, here. For conversion, call option is overpriced. So for conversion, call option is, or we just name it conversion. So when call option is overpriced, so this means you can implement conversion strategy, and this means you short call, you long put, and you long stock. And this means you already locked in your profit. So why we are doing this? Because if we identify that call is overpriced, of course we should short call. If call is overpriced, we should short call. But this is not a speculation, right? For speculation, you don't offset your position. So when you believe that call is overpriced, you just short it. But here for arbitrage, we don't want to take any risk. When we identify call is overpriced compared with the price of put and stock in relation to price of put and stock, in this case, you of course short call, but you don't want to be affected, so you need to offset your position. How to offset your position? You long stock and long put as well. And the overall output of these three is a flat line. And this flat line is above zero. This means you have captured the profit. You lock in your profit. And this is how we show it. You see, for example, here, It's long put. Actually, I just showed you in the previous slide. So when you're long stock, then you find any mispricing, you just short call and long put on the same asset, and you have locked in your profit. Why? You see, what are these three? Let me first delete this slide because we don't need it anymore. Or maybe I can put it here for, yeah. So why we have three? Actually, you can find, don't worry if these are not in your slides because they are in your tutorial solutions. If you tutorial questions, if you have a look at the file of tutorial questions, you will see that in the beginning I put this. Maybe it's not in your slide, but it's in the tutorial questions. In the first page, I put all this conversion, reverse conversion. So anyway, I will also drop the slides into your Telegram group. So for conversion, okay. So here you can see if call is overpriced, so you short call, then you need to long put and long stock. Why? Because you want to get the flat curve. Why these three will give you a flat curve? Look at this. Because you just take any two of these three. So there are three positions: short call, long put, long stock. Now I want to prove that the outcome of these three is a flat line. So let's take two of them and find the overall, the outcome. Then that outcome, we mix it with we add it to the third one to see whether we get a flat line. So let's start with short call and long put. So if you add this short call and this long put, you will get this red line. So the red line initially is not there. Red line is not your position. Red line is the total of, means short call plus long put. So actually what you did is just short call, long put, long stock. Now I want to show you short call, long put, and long stock. When you add these three together, it's a flat curve, flat line. So if you just add short call and long put, we already know from previous topic, this means short stock. Short stock is this red one. So this red one can represent this short call and this long put. So I can now remove this short call and long put and instead put this red short stock synthetic. Now this red line and this black long stock line, these two are exactly opposite. So they will cancel out each other. You will get a flat curve. So this flat line, this is above zero because there is mispricing and this is your profit. So flat line means for any price, you will get the same profit. This means you're locked in your profit. Now, let's just try it again. Instead of adding short call to long put, let's add long stock to long put. So again, we are doing the same thing. You see, short call, long put, long stock. Short call, long put, long stock. It's the same thing, right? Ignore the red one. So these are the three positions. Now I want to again prove that these three will give you a flat line. So these in the previous figure here, I showed you I first combine short call, long put, then I combine with long stock. Now I want to combine long stock and long put, then I will combine with short call. So long stock plus long put will give you this red curve, which is long call. Now this long call, you see, so now I can remove the long stock and long put and replace them with this red curve. Now this red curve and this short call, they are exactly opposite. So they will cancel out each other and what is left is a flat line. And this is a bit above the zero, which is your net profit. Now let's try another way. In this time, we combine long stock, short call, and then the output will be combined with long stock. If you add short call and long stock, will give you this red curve, which is short put, and now short put with long put again is a flat curve. So what I'm saying, maybe you say, oh, what is it saying? I'm just saying that. So let me so in summary, what I'm saying is when call option is overpriced, you just short it, then you need to offset your short position. To offset your short position and won't be affected because it's arbitrage, won't be affected by price changes. At the same time, please long stock and long put because the overall of these three is a flat line and it's a bit above. When there's mispricing, is a bit above zero line, means profit. I was just showing you that these three, this plus this will give you a flat line. I was just showing you using diagrams that when you combine these three, you will always get a flat line. That's all. The second structure, so we just discussed the conversion. Now I want to show you reverse conversion. For conversion, call was overpriced. Now, if put is overpriced, we call it reverse conversion. And you know this, you should short put, here you have short put, long call, and short strike. Why? You first of all, you compute the price of put. If it's overpriced, you short put. Now again, this is an arbitrage. You need to offset your position. How to offset short put? To offset the short put, you need to long call and short strike. So the outcome of these three will give you a flat curve, and it's a bit greater than zero. So this means for any price in the future, you will get the same profit. Again, here I have shown you that if you combine these three, you will get a flat line. For example, here, first I add long call to short put, will give you the red line. This red line is a long stock, right? It's like a long stock. And this is exactly the opposite of short stock. And these two will cancel out each other, and it's a... But you can also, so these three are the same. You see, these three are the same. But you see, the only difference is the red line is different. But the red line is just a combination of two of them. I want to show you if one plus a combination of these two will give you always a curve which is exactly the opposite of the third one. That's all. So I just want to tell you, if you mix any of these two, the outcome, the output will be exactly the opposite of the third one. That's all. Yep. So here, for example, short stock plus long call will give you long put. Then long put is the opposite of short put. It will give you a flat curve. That's all. So let's have a look at the chat box. Even if you didn't understand what I said, it's still you can answer the question. So it's okay. Actually, the question is not that difficult. So even if you understand how I combine, later watch the videos again, but you still can answer the question because I have not given you any example yet. I want to give you if I give you the example, then you will find it very easy to do. So Ethan, these I included, Ethan, I put them in the tutorial, what's called tutorial questions. Okay, Ethan. Yeah. You see, Ethan, So Ethan, for conversion, again, we just need to look at the call option. If it's overpriced, we short call, right? Now we need to offset the short call. Okay, you can offset the short call with any other strategy, do it, because this is arbitrary. We just want to make sure that you all will cancel out each other. That's all. So if you know any other combination that can cancel short call, can offset short call, do it. So here, what we are doing, long stock plus long put. It will give you long call, and short call are opposite. And here, for reverse conversion, this means upon you find any overpriced put option, what do you do? If you want to use arbitrage strategy, if you find an overpriced put option, what you need to do is, of course, it's overpriced put option, so you short put. Where is it? Here, short put. So you short put, then now it's arbitrage. So you need to offset your position. So offset it with any strategy that you know, right? So what we do, we short stock and long call. You may say why we don't long put, because there is a mispricing in in put price in relation with call and stock price, right? I mean, there's no point to short put and long put. So the mispricing comes from the relationship between these three. So you need to offset your short put with a combination of others, means long call and stock. Okay, then. So let's continue. Now, if I give you I show you an example, you will find it very easy. Yep. I just want here to, oops, I want to keep it here to just remind you what to do. So this is the note I have prepared for you. So this is a question. Current share price is 3 ringgit. 3-month options with exercise price of 3 ringgit are being quoted at 20 cent and 10 cent for call and put option respectively. So this is the price of call, this is the price of put. And you have risk-free rate, and now we want to know whether there is arbitrage opportunity. So what is the how to answer this question? How to first you need to compute the call price, and you can also compute the put price and the stock price to see whether there is any mispricing. Then you compare, so you compare the prices that you compute with the market price, and then see if there is any mispricing, and then take proper strategy. So if it's overpriced, any of these three are overpriced, short it. If it's underpriced, long it. So this is the formula for put call parity. Means call means, okay, this means short call minus long put is short stock minus present value of the exercise price. So now let's compute the call price based on the information in the market. So I can write the call and the formula to compute call price by just taking the put price to the other side of the equation. So this is the same equation. I just keep call here to compute the price of call. Now, we assume we don't know the price of call, and then use the market information to compute this side of the equation. So if you compute, what is the price of stock? The price of the stock is 2 ringgit minus the present value of exercise price. Exercise price is 3 ringgit multiplied by, it's a, let's say it's a, it's 3-month option, and the interest rate is 3%. Oh, everything is 3. 1 plus 0.03, and but the power will be, why? Because it's a 3-month contract. And what is this formula? This is present value equals future value divided by 1 plus r power n. It's not a new formula, right? So future value divided by, so the minus here is means you need to, this is in the power of the negative power means that this is the denominator, right? Because in the formula for present value equals future value divided by 1 plus r power n. Now if you compute this, oh, and then plus put price. How much is put? Is in the question, 10 cent. If you compute, you will get 12 cent. Now compare this 12 cent that you computed with the actual call price. The actual call price in the market is 20 cent. So it is, so C means call is overvalued. It should be 12 cent, but it is 20 cent in the market. So what you should do, it is too expensive in the market, right? This means you should short call. Yeah. So you short call. What strategy is this? Conversion. Let's go back here. When call is overpriced, just use conversion. Conversion means we already know that we should short call, so immediately long stock and long put, and done, finish. But I want to show you that no need to memorize it. If you short call, okay, we already know it's conversion. We already know it's conversion. And we know for conversion what we need to do, right? But I want to show you that using the equation you can identify other position, the position on other two instruments as well. So let's compute now the price of put using the same equation that we have here, the put call parity. I want to compute the price of put. So put price will be call price minus stock price plus present value of exercise price. So again, I use the same equation and wrote the equation to find P. Now, this means that the price of put is, what is the price of call? So here when you want to compute, assume there is no, you don't know the put price, but we know the call price in the market is 20 cent. So I write 20 cent minus, what is stock price? Stock price is 3 ringgit plus present value of exercise price. I have it here, just copy paste it here. And you will get 18 cent. So now compare this put price with the information you have with the market price. Put price should be 18, but actually it is 10 cent. So it's underpriced. So put is undervalued. It should be, based on the question, based on our calculation, it should be 18 cent, but it is 10 cent in the market. This means you should call put. Let's go back here and see our conversion. You see, for conversion, we already knew we should long put. Sorry, long put, not call put, long put. So we long put. You see, it's consistent, right? And let's compute the stock price as well. Again, based using the same put call parity equation, I can compute the stock price or spot price, present value of exercise price, plus call minus P again. So this means that we are using from the same formula. And now what is the present value of the exercise price? I have it here. 10 plus call price is 20 cent and put price is 10 cent. And if you do the calculation, you will get 3.08 ringgit. Now, compare what you have computed with the market price. The market price is 3 ringgit for the share, but you computed and it should be 3.08. This means that spot price or stock price is undervalued. valued. It should be true ringgit, but it is 3.08. Now what you should do? Long stock. Okay. And again, it's the same that we knew already, long stock. So what I mean is, often you identify that the call price should be, the call is overpriced and you should short it. Just implement conversion. Conversion means immediately you long put, long stock, done, and go home, right? Okay. And you can show it. This is the put call parity. If you do the calculate, I mean, yeah, I already explained this to you. So we identify that we should uh, short call. So this is the short call. So you identified that you should short call, but we cannot just short call and go home. It's arbitrage. It should be riskless profit. You should offset your position. How to offset your position? At the same time, long put and long stock. These three will cancel out each other. You will get a flat curve, which is a bit above the zero line. This means this is your profit. It doesn't matter. So I can use another color. What color do you like? Okay, I prefer this blue. So this is your profit because there is mispricing, right? Now, to prove that these will cancel out each other, this short call and long put will give you this curve, and this is exactly against long asset because this means it's like short asset, right? You're making a short asset, synthetic short asset by short call and long put at the same time, and this is exactly the opposite of long asset. This means the curve, the flat curve that I just showed you. Now, let's prove that it works and compute our net profit. So what we did just now for this question was there are three strategies, right? One is we long stock at Turing it here. You see, we need to long stock, we need to long put, we need to short call. So three columns for these three. So we short Turing it call at how much? 20 cent. And the last one was what? Long put. Long put. Long Turing it put at 10 cent. Right? Now, so three instruments, sorry, three positions: long stock, short call, and long put. These are the three things you want to do. Now let's compute your profit and loss for each of them. So now what you do is you long stock today. What's the price now? The price is 3 ringgit. Let's say you you use a lot here. Okay, look at this one stock option. Suppose that one option consists of 100 shares, means the underlying asset is 100 shares. We use the term of lot, L-O-T. Lot means the size of the option, right? So 100 shares. In some markets is 1,000, but let's say 100 shares. So 3 ringgit, you buy the stock at 3 ringgit, 100 shares. This means that you pay 300 ringgit, right? And because you are paying 300 ringgit to buy stock, this means that you are paying interest as well. This is the opportunity cost of paying to buy stock for 3 months. Almost 2.25 ringgit is the interest that you have to pay. Then you need to short 2 ringgit call at 20 cent. So this means you are shorting, means you sell call. So when you sell call, you receive premium. And the amount of premium is 20 cent per share, and each option is written on 100 shares. This means that 20 ringgit you receive for selling this option. And at the same time, you buy put. So when you buy put, you have to pay, right? You have to pay premium to buy put. So you pay premium to buy put. How much? It's 10 cent multiplied by 100 shares is 10 ringgit. So you pay 10 ringgit to buy this. And done. You already completed your arbitrage strategy. You go home. 3 months later, you close your position. So assume 3 months later, the spot price, stock price is 3.5 ringgit. Now, this means that the next row is 3 months later. Now, 3 months later, you close your position on the stock. This means that how much you can sell it, we assume the price increased to 3.5. So I can sell it at 3.5 ringgit. And it was long stock, now short the stocks at 3.5 ringgit. This means that you can sell at 3.5 ringgit multiplied by 100 means 350 ringgit. Then here for your short call, you have to close your position. So how you short call means you are selling call. So when you are selling call, if the price of the stock increases, this means the other party who bought the call will exercise it. And here actually the price increased to 3.5, so the other party will exercise the contract. So exercise. So the contract will be exercised. This means that it's 3 ringgit minus 3.5 ringgit multiplied by 100, 50 ringgit loss. So this means you have to buy the stock in the market at 3.5 and sell it to the person at 2 ringgit. So this means 50 ringgit loss on this contract, but of course you receive some premium as well. And what about the one long 3 ringgit put? Long put means you expect the price goes down, but the price went up, so you won't exercise it. Okay, now what's your profit and loss for each of them? So the net payoff for each of these 3 positions. So for the first one, you have 350 ringgit profit here, right? I mean, you sell it at 350 ringgit and you had bought it at 300 ringgit, but you have some costs, which is the finance cost. And this means that 47.75 ringgit profit from buying stock at 2 ringgit and selling it later at 3.5. Now, what about your net payoff for the short call? For the short call, you receive, okay, your loss is $50, 50 ringgit, but you received a premium of $20, 20 ringgit. So your loss is 20 ringgit minus 50 means 30 ringgit. What about here? Here you won't exercise the contract. This means you will lose your premium. 10 ringgit premium, your loss. Now, what's the net profit of these three? So it's 47.75 minus 30 ringgit minus 10 ringgit. And this means 7.75 ringgit profit. And this is independent from price changes. It doesn't matter what will be the price. So if the price was, instead of 3.5 was 4.5, 5.5, 2.5, 1.5, you will get the same profit. And this is the meaning of arbitrage, means riskless profit. We can do the same calculation. So we already, okay, let me copy this. Let's assume that the price dropped to 2.5 ringgit instead of going up to 3.5 ringgit. Suppose the price dropped to 2.5. So I change this to 2.5. This will be 2. You see here the assumption is 2.5 instead of 3.5. And what about here? Here you won't exercise the contract, right? Because it's a call for all, for call, you expect the price, the person who buys expect the price goes up, but here we assume the price went down. So the other party, the buyer, won't exercise the contract, so you can benefit from the premium you received. But here, the contract will be exercised, and this will be, yeah, in 50 ringgit, but here the 50 ringgit is for long put, the 50 ringgit is profit for you. Okay. What is your net payoff? So 350 minus 250, then minus 2.25 means, oh, yeah. Here you are buying it, later you sell it cheaper. So, and you have, so it's 52.25. So this means your loss is 50 ringgit because you bought it at 300, you sold it at 250, and you have 2.25 ringgit finance cost. So your loss in total is 52.25. What about here? It won't be exercised, and this is a short call, means your profit is 10 ringgit because the other party won't exercise. You can keep the premium. So 20 ringgit premium, you keep it. And what about here? Here, the contract will be exercised and is a long put. Okay. This means you have 40 ringgit profit because the price went down and you bought put. So your profit is 50 ringgit minus 10 ringgit means 40 ringgit. Now, what is the net profit? The net profit is, this is your loss, so minus, this is your loss, plus 20 ringgit profit plus 40 ringgit profit. And if you do the calculation, again the profit is 7.75 ringgit. So again you got the same profit. So it doesn't mean what will be the price in the future. You will get the same profit. Ethan, Yes, you bought it at 300 ringgit here. You bought it at 300 ringgit. Later, in the first example, I assume the price increased to 3.5. Then the second example, I assume the price dropped to 2.5. So these two slides are different, right? Okay. Today in the final exam, you may have a question like this. We will be working on them in the tutorial classes. Let me just check the TS here. Okay, guys, you need to please fill out these TS. Still, I need a few more to fill out the TS form. It needs to reach to 70%. So those who are watching, please fill out the TS form. So what's your question? Because in the net profit pay part, you put 500. This one, Ethan, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's correct now, right? Yeah, the way I reported here was I made a mistake. But actually, the concept is you buy it at 300, later you sell it at 250. So selling minus purchase price, and this is a loss, of course. And then you have a 2.25 ringgit uh, finance cost. So it's okay, Itan? You were referring to that part, right? I just made a mistake when I was reporting, but the other parts are okay and it's correct. The answer is 7.75. Actually, even no need to compute, right? You already knew it's 7.75, the net profit. So it doesn't matter what will be the price later. I just wanted to show you it works. Okay, thank you for your comment. Let me see. Guys, please fill out the TES form. TES form. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for you to reach, this needs to reach to 70%. So, where is my face? So please fill out the TES form. TES form. Ethan, have you filled out the TS form? Fine. Today is 22nd June. Okay. Oh my God, Ethan. Okay, guys, please do it now because I'm just waiting for you to complete and reach to 70%. Now, please do it now. I just want to, because upon we reach to 70%, we will finish the class. I will ask you to fill out the attendance form and done. We are done for today. And later I will just share a few videos for those who are interested to watch. Okay, Ethan, please fill out the form. Darshini, have you filled out the form? Darshini, Hoiro, Mohan, Lin Lim, have you filled out the form? Thank you. I think we just need a few more to reach to 70%. Display. Uh-huh. Guys, okay, I Ethan, so please fill out the form and submit. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Hoiro. Okay, Mohan, Darshini. Tannen, have you done? Have you filled out the form? Rini, have you filled out the form? Let me refresh the page. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you, Avinash. Okay, Rini, thank you. So it should be now if Ethan also complete. Uh, okay, one more. Okay, guys, please fill out the TS form. We need, I think, 2 or 3 more to reach to 70%. Okay, in the meantime, I will share the link for today's attendance. It's just your name and family name. And yeah, for the lecture, we already covered. Uh, we already covered all topics that um, we were supposed to discuss. So there's no more topic for the lecture. There are just a few videos I will share with you. There is a YouTube channel I will share with you next week. So next week we won't conduct a class like this. So it's something you need to go through yourself for the lecture, but the tutorial classes still on. So we will discuss later during the tutorial class. So Hoiro, hopefully by end of June. Yeah, because your assignments, I need to complete your assignments and marking the assignments and send them for second marking, and then I can release the marks. Oh, okay, Darshini, I forgot what I forgot that I promised to give you a good news, but let me see. Okay, but yeah, the good news was actually I already told you just now. There's no more topic to discuss for this class. So successfully, I could complete all topics for futures and options. Hope this topic was not difficult for you. I tried to make everything very simple. I'm not sure whether it was successful or not, but I did my best. I always believe that we should I mean, even very complicated concepts, I believe if you cannot make it simple in the way that even your grandma understands, this means you don't understand the topic. So this is my philosophy. I always say, if I cannot make it simple for you, make it simple for you in the way that even my grandma understands the topic, if I cannot make it, this means I also don't understand the topic. So if you don't understand, this is not your problem. This is my belief. Yeah. For the models, there are 2 models that I want to share with you. I will post a video on times for these models, for option pricing models, but there won't be any question in the exam from these models. I will post some videos on times later. So any other question? let me, yeah, so the good news was no more topic to discuss. Let me see whether we are done with this TS. I really don't want to remind you again. Uh, okay, thank you very much. But please, if you have not done, please do it. But okay, at least we reached to the 70% target. So for the attendance list is already on times. Some of you already completed the attendance form. So if you allow me, I will close the attendance form in a few minutes. So if you have not done it, please complete the attendance form as soon as possible. Okay, if there is no more question, we are done for today. Thank you very much and see you on Wednesday. Take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ethan. You're welcome, Brian. You're welcome. You're welcome, my cameraman, my director of the tutorial videos. Rini, you're welcome. You're welcome. Fiona. Fiona, you missed last week class, right? The tutorial. Lim Lim. You're welcome, Casper, right? Yeah, so later I will share you the questionnaire for the research that I talked to you about. You may win the AirPod. You may win the AirPod. You have a high chance to win it because we excluded other countries from this channel. It's just, I mean, the prize I think is for only Malaysia, or it's not for European countries or Middle East. Esther, you're welcome. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Take care and see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.